Please find a comfortable seat if you are able. Sit in a way that feels comfortable without any strain. Let's begin first with just a couple of breaths, just to bring ourselves into the present, into the space. It's always important to breathe as comfortably as possible. And we begin, as we always begin any Buddhist practice, by setting our intention. Often this is done by way of reciting one or another verse or prayer. This morning we can simply, in our own way, feel the intention to practice for our own benefit and well-being, and for the benefit and well-being of all. And whether you verbalize that to yourself, and however you verbalize that to yourself or not, just let yourself feel the wish that you be happy, truly happy, and that all those you encounter be truly happy. And that the simple fact of engaging in this practice may be of some benefit, both to you and to them. And again, you can verbalize this to yourself. May I be happy. May all beings be happy. But you need not. Just let yourself feel that wish, that intention for yourself and for all others, that we all be truly happy. In the end, this is the reason for any spiritual practice. This will be a mindfulness of breathing and the body practice. And we begin by bringing our attention to our supports, whether we're seated on a cushion on the ground or on a chair. Each of us is now supported by the earth. Wherever we are seated directly above the center of the earth. That vast solidity is ultimately what supports us. And so we bring our attention first to the ground beneath us, which is our support, on which we now rest. So, to the extent that you can, just feel yourself now seated upon the earth, directly above its center. Now, bring your attention to your seat, whether it's a cushion or a chair. Allow yourself to feel that support beneath you, aware of that part of your body and its contact with your chair or seat or cushion, which is itself on the earth. Bring your attention to the bones in your body, the skeletal and muscular structure of your body, which is how you are able to sit straight, which supports you as you do. The ground beneath us, our seat, our body, these are our three supports. Now we're going to practice mindfulness of breathing. So, first of all, it's important to breathe naturally and comfortably. Don't strain. Whether it feels most comfortable to breathe long and deeply or not doesn't really matter. What's important is just to breathe in a way that's comfortable for you, in a way that doesn't involve any added strain or tension. It helps to sit as straight as possible, but again, without any tension if possible. Sit as naturally and comfortably as possible, but in a way that allows you to focus your attention. If we slouch, it can be easy to then become dull. But if we strain too much, it also can be difficult to focus. Let's begin by taking a breath and placing our attention first at where we feel the breath come in, whether it's the tip of our nose or the top of like the top of your upper lip. Let's first bring our attention there and take several breaths. Try and be aware of the sensation of breathing as it comes in when you inhale, and then again when the breath comes out when you exhale. And over the course of several breaths, try and maintain that awareness or that mindfulness for the entirety of the inhalation and exhalation. Try and be aware just of the sensation of breathing. If you find it difficult to maintain mindfulness of that sensation alone, if you find that your mind wanders off, things come up, just gently let them go. Bring your attention back to the breath. Anytime you notice that your mind has wandered, just gently bring it back. Remember, distraction is not bad. Noticing distraction is itself the meditation, in some sense, especially at the beginning. Now let's spread our awareness just a little bit. Don't let go of that spot where you first feel the breath come in, but now as you breathe in, see if you can follow the sensation of breath as it fills your lungs, your diaphragm. See if you can follow it all the way to the bottom and then up and out again, paying attention to the sensation of the breath, both at that spot initially, but then also in the center of your body, down into your belly, and then up and out again. Just being aware of how it feels in your body. Notice any tension anywhere, any part of that. Bring your attention to it and try and gently let go or dissolve it. You want to be as comfortable as possible, relaxed and free of tension. Try and breathe all the way into your belly. Now try and expand your conscious awareness a little bit so that you can, as much as possible, feel as if you're breathing with your entire upper body. So you feel the breath come in, fill your chest and your diaphragm, but expand that awareness so that you're now also mindful as much as possible of your entire torso, your arms, your shoulders and arms, your hands, whether you have your hands in your lap or at your knees, doesn't really matter. Just try and feel your entire upper body as you breathe, the sensations in your entire upper body as you inhale and then exhale. See if you can feel any points of tension anywhere. And if you do, bring your attention to them and try and dissolve that tension. And again, if you find that your mind wanders, just bring it back to your breathing, to the sensation of breathing in your body, your entire upper body. Now, when you breathe in, try and extend your awareness down through your lower body, into your legs, your knees, down through your calves and your feet, almost as if when you breathe in, that breath pervades your entire body, so that when you inhale, it spreads throughout your entire body as it goes down from your chest to your belly, down to your legs, to your feet, down your shoulders and your arms, your hands, so that when you breathe in and then breathe out, you spread your awareness of sensation throughout your entire body, not forcing it, just gently. The goal is to, as much as possible, become aware of your entire body, mindful of your entire body as you breathe in and then breathe out. Anywhere you notice tension, bring your awareness there, breathe in and out and dissolve it. If you find that you kind of naturally focus your attention on one or another part of your body, it's okay to hold your focus, but try and then broaden your awareness so that if you're centered there, but you're still aware of your whole body. We'll sit like this for another couple minutes. Now, while maintaining your awareness of your whole body, bring the center of your focus to your heart area, wherever you feel the center of your chest, your heart. As much as you are able, let that be the center of your focus from which you're aware of the rest of your body. Feel that in the center of your heart is a white letter, ah. If you happen to know what that Tibetan letter looks like, as best as you're able, try and visualize it there. Feel that it's there, that it's luminous. And if you don't know what that letter looks like, that's okay. It doesn't matter. Just imagine that there is a sphere of light right there in the center of your heart. That luminous ah, that luminous orb of light is your mind, radiant with the wisdom and love of your true nature. We're going to close by sounding ah 3 times as you are comfortable doing so. As best as you're able, try and maintain that conscious sense of your whole body from the center of your heart. Feel that luminous ah or that luminous orb. And as we sound ah, try and blend your awareness and the sound and its light. And imagine that that light and that sound go out in every direction from your chest, from your heart, as if we're sharing that goodness with all. This in particular is an instruction from Adzam Rinpoche. Try and unite your awareness, the sound, and that light as you radiate that light out. And we're going to sound ah 3 times. Again, from that luminous ah or luminous orb in the center of your heart. Uh, Finally. Uh, we'll end with the more formal dedication and reading of the names in a few minutes, but first, let's close this meditation session with the wish that any benefit that there has been may be shared with all beings for their benefit too. And again, whether you verbalize this to yourself or not, just let yourself feel that wish that any goodness here be shared with everyone. And then if you need, please feel free to stretch a bit. We have some time now for conversation. Please feel free to stand, stretch, take a sip of coffee if you have it or need it. So first, are there any questions, comments, anything anyone would like to share about the meditation? That particular meditation was, I call mindfulness of breathing, but also really kind of mindfulness of the body. Both of these get taught differently in different traditions and by different teachers. And sometimes mindfulness of breathing is primarily focused only on one point in order to cultivate concentration. There are other styles, and what I tried to share with you this morning was a kind of style of that meditation that is really more about trying to cultivate conscious awareness of your entire body and the sensations of breathing in the body, to try and cultivate a kind of broader awareness rather than just a very focused kind of concentration. But
leading everything today. I was wondering if you could expand on the practice at the end of the meditation of picturing the white orb that I think you referred to as our true nature and blending that, just that moment, if you could expand on that.
sure. Um, so that particular element is is a kind of pared down version of something that we find um, in many tantric practices or Dzogchen practices. So first of all, um, maybe the first thing to say is that that particular spot, like the center of the chest or the heart, um, is is where in this particular context we might like locate like the seat of the mind, you might say. Um, so so that's the first element is there in the center of the chest. Um, and then of course this can get a little more, I don't want to say complicated or advanced, but like there's also something to be said about the relationship between this that spot and the rest of the subtle body. So in part, it's a matter of that particular spot being very significant, very important in the context of subtle body practice. Um, so and then that letter ah often represents the true nature of mind, whose seat is there in the center of the heart. Um, and then um, the fact that it's luminous is also gesturing in the direction of the luminous nature of mind. Um, and then um, that the radiating light out is also another element that we find in many tantric practices, actually, where we radiate light out and then absorb light in. So light goes out, for example, um, light goes out to the awakened beings, or light goes out to the gurus, and then that light comes back in. And so that kind of that movement is one that is very common in a lot of tantric practice. So this is just like a, let's say, a pared down version of that, where we try and practice bringing our attention to that part of the body and to feeling as much as possible kind of luminous awareness there in that part of the body, which is gesturing in the direction of the true nature of mind, and then blending our awareness, the sound and the light is another, that particular instruction comes from Adzim Rinpoche and is another element of tantric practice that's gesturing in the direction of Dzogchen practice. I don't know if that answers your question. If it doesn't, please, please say more, but
No, that absolutely does. Thank you very much.
thank you. Also, anyone feel compelled to share about the business of New Year's resolutions? Am I the only one who, I might be the only one. Maybe, I don't know if people still do that, to be honest with you. Or still think about resolutions. Again, I kind of had this sense that we've grown more cynical about them.
I've enjoyed that you brought that up, and the way you talked about it struck me because I'm working a lot in the recovery community about how the people in recovery wake up every day and they're having to make those same sorts of decisions every day. So it just was really resonated with me that, I guess I can make these same choices about other things. So thank you for that reminder.
Thank you. That just to say briefly, like I also had that in mind, actually, like that the experience of recovery and that way of approaching recovery. So thank you very much for saying that.
Hi, I just wanted to say I thought that your speech or your lesson on resolutions and the way you approach them was really terrific, and I enjoyed it. So thank you. New perspectives.
Thank you.
Anyone online? Charlotte, Neil?
I was gonna say, for the New Year's resolutions, this is actually just for effectiveness. I started changing mine from January to the Tibetan New Year, and I find that that's a lot better because it's so dumb to try a new healthy thing when it's 2 degrees outside and you got done eating a bunch of holiday left. It's just not a good time of the year to make changes. But the one right before spring, I realized I got a better shot at it if people are still doing them. I don't know. I thought it was interesting. It's just the time of the year. Just I don't feel like making a positive change right now. So for meditation, it's good because there's nothing else to do. But for like health or anything else, it's so crappy outside, depressing. Then I like doing it in spring. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's great. That reminds me of several family members who talk about trying to give up drinking, dry January. And it's like when it's really cold and dark outside, that sounds like a terrible time to attempt to give up drinking if that's how you get through the winter. Anyone else? It's really lovely to be with all of you this morning. Thank you all for being here. I see we have names in the chat to read. Emily, do we have the formal dedication to put up to recite before we read the names? I can also find it myself, to be honest. There we are. So just as we did at the end of the meditation, let's now share the merit of our gathering together with all. And I will recite this and then read the names. By this good may I swiftly once become a great guru. Lead all beings, everyone, to reach to that very ground. With all of you in mind, we light this lamp of clarity. May the glow of love, wisdom shine within us, everyone, till we all rise forth born in one enlightened mandala. And in addition to all sentient beings, this morning we share our merit and goodness with Hal in the Bardo, Sam, grieving son, Hyder, dying cat, Diana and family, Doug McGregor, Romana and Keith Harding, Dawn Peak, Felicia in mourning, Emma and Patrick for safe travels, Gary Pugh, Adzam Rinpoche's father in the Bardo, Adzam Rinpoche and Jetsunma, Buddy Edinger, Katya Wolf, Katya's mom in the Bardo, Melody Carroll, Jane's son in the Bardo, Andrasimski in Bardo, Easton, Austin, Marissa, and Lauren. Maybe for all of them, we can sound one final ah, imagining that the light from that luminous orb at the center of our heart goes out to them and touches them. Sorry, Popey, Krissa, Despina, Eleftheria, Manos, Iasonas, Melina, Nico Kata, Thank you, everyone. Have a lovely rest of your Sunday and a lovely week. Please be well.
Thank you.
Thank you.